We are going to be talking about the Tennessee Titans and their first-round pick, Isaiah Wilson, of the 2020 NFL Draft. He was taken with the 29th pick in the draft, and he tweeted a couple days ago that he's done with football as a Titan. He just played 4 snaps for Tennessee in total. One game he played 4 snaps, and 3 of them were when they were kneeling, so I don't even think they counted. Mostly 1 snap. He was caught partying maskless. He has a DUI arrest already. And personally for me, I mean, this is just a question, but was he a waste of a pick? Is he this early in his career? Is Isaiah Wilson already a bust?
Well, I mean, at least for the Titans, I would have to say, yeah. He just tweeted he's done with football as a Titan, so I don't see him.
He deleted the tweet too. Yeah.
I'm sure his agent got to him on that one, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's certainly not looking good. When they made the pick, it was thought to be more of a project than anything, and I don't think a lot of people expected him to go that high. So, clearly that project has not worked to this point. He's got the body, he's got the size, and clearly the Titans saw something in him, some raw potential, but it reminds me of when the Jets took Ja'Kai Polite out of Florida. He had the potential to be a first-round pick on the defensive line, and he ended up not even lasting a season with them. He's floated around the league and hasn't really had a chance to play anywhere because in the NFL, a lot of people underestimate the type of work ethic that it takes and the concentration and stick-to-itiveness that it takes to play at the NFL level. It's not just talent. If it was just talent, there would be a lot more guys in the NFL right now, and I just don't think that Isaiah Wilson is NFL ready right now. And it's tough for the Titans because they're a team that's competing right now. They need every player they can get, and a first-round pick is tough to see go by the wayside. I think he's worth taking a shot on for a team that's in a rebuilding phase, but right now for the Titans, I don't know how much his value is because can you slot him in and play right now? I don't think so.
The difference between those situations is that, one, Mike McCagnon made that pick. He's not good. He's one of the worst GMs in NFL history. And John Robinson, the Titans GM, is actually a very good GM. The problem with this situation is that the Titans have no choice. They cannot trade him. They cannot cut him. They could cut him, but it'd actually be hurting them more than helping them because they'd lose a lot of money in dead cap. They save no money by cutting him, so it would make it a really tough decision to cut him. That's why I think he will remain a Titan. They will continue to work with him and see what he does. But coming out of the draft, you mentioned it, I didn't think he should have been drafted that high. At the time, I thought that this wasn't a good pick because you had guys on the board still like Robert Hunt, Ezra Cleveland, who in Minnesota played okay. Robert Hunt played okay in Miami. And this is a guy who didn't play so well. He was drafted in the 3rd round by Arizona. But Josh Jones, out of college, I thought Josh Jones was a really good tackle. Like if it wasn't for Wills or Thomas or Mackay or Wirfs, I thought Josh Jones was the next guy, the 5th best tackle in that draft class. I would have liked them to draft Josh Jones because I was really high on him. But I mean, like I mentioned, cutting him just isn't an option. And right now, they just have to hope that he turns out to be an okay player. He's only 22 years old, and he just turned 22. So this past season, he was 21 basically. So he is still really young, but to this point, it looks like he's wasting his opportunity with the Titans because this is not a situation where he's been put into a bad situation and he has to try to make it work. This is a situation in the Titans who are a playoff team, who have a good organization, who are trying to help you, and you are not trying to receive that help. John Robinson in his exit interview was basically saying, or I think it was just a regular interview, but he was saying that he has to decide whether he wants to commit to football. I mean, it's all on Isaiah Wilson, and hopefully for his sake and the Titans' sake, he can get on the same page as them because he has all the talent, even though I think he is still really raw and he should have never been drafted that high. He still has all the tools, and based on how the Titans have developed their offensive linemen in the past, he has potential to be successful if he is willing to be coached.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part about it is that a lot of times when people show you their character, it's a really tough thing to change, and that's going to be the biggest thing, because clearly he was a first-round talent to the Titans. I don't think he's lacking talent whatsoever, but it's just about getting him in the right headspace to be a part of a winning football program, which is what the Titans are right now. You said it. It's a great situation to be in for any rookie, and it's on him at this point. We kind of talked about it with Dwayne Haskins, and if he would get another shot in the league, he's gotten his shot, and now it's on him if he wants to be successful or not. He's got the tools, and it's the same kind of situation here. It's on Wilson if he wants to be a successful player at this point. He's in the right situation in a winning organization with a chance to come in and play in the next few years if he wants to, but it's just all about his mindset, and if he's willing to, grow up. I know he's young, he's only 22, but in the NFL, you got to come in and be a grown man from day one. There's no time to slip up, especially on a playoff team in a situation like the world is in right now. You can't be immature. You got to come in and be a grown man from day one, and he's got to decide if that's what he wants or not.